He woke up with his heart racing, the kind of panic that comes when a dream feels too real to let go, and for a brief, fragile second he was certain it had all been imagined, until the morning light crept across the small apartment, his hand brushed his mouth, and he felt the faint tenderness still there, like a memory refusing to fade, reminding him that the impossible moment from the night before had not vanished with sleep. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the quiet miracles that can change an ordinary life, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, subscribe to the channel for more stories like this, and tell us in the comments where you are watching from, because stories like this connect us across the world in ways we sometimes forget. Ethan Cole had never planned to become a single father at 29, and he certainly never imagined that his life would shrink down to the size of a cramped apartment, a second-hand couch, and the gentle breathing of his 6-year-old daughter Lily sleeping in the next room. Every morning he woke before the sun, brewed cheap coffee, packed Lily's lunch with careful hands, and rehearsed optimism in the mirror before stepping out to face a city that rarely noticed him. He worked 2 jobs, one as a night janitor in a downtown office tower and another as a delivery driver during the day, always calculating hours, always counting coins, always promising himself that tomorrow would be easier. The loss of Lily's mother had hollowed him out in ways he never fully spoke about, leaving him both softer and more afraid, determined to protect his daughter from every sharp edge the world could offer. Even as those edges cut into him daily, the night everything changed had started like any other, with Ethan mopping marble floors long after the offices had emptied, the city glowing through tall windows like a distant dream he was not invited into. He moved quietly, invisible, until a sudden power outage plunged the floor into darkness, the hum of electricity replaced by an echoing silence that made his chest tighten. Emergency lights flickered on, and that was when he saw her, standing near the windows as if she belonged there, calm and composed, her presence commanding even in the dim light. Her name, he would later learn, was Victoria Harrington, a billionaire philanthropist whose name appeared on hospital wings and scholarship funds, a woman the world described as untouchable and distant, yet in that moment she looked tired, almost lonely, like someone who carried too much responsibility without anyone noticing the weight. Circumstances forced them into conversation as they waited for the power to return, and though Ethan tried to keep his head down, something about Victoria's gaze made him feel seen in a way he had not felt in years. He spoke about Lily without meaning to, about the fear of failing her, about how every day felt like walking a tightrope without a safety net, and Victoria listened, not with polite nods but with genuine attention, as if his words mattered. When the power finally returned, the moment should have ended, but instead it lingered, stretching into an unexpected invitation to talk longer, to share coffee from a vending machine, to sit on opposite ends of a life neither had planned to reveal. By the time they parted, the night had grown heavy with emotion, and Ethan's exhaustion had blurred the edges of reality, making everything feel unreal, dreamlike, impossible. As Victoria stepped closer to say goodbye, she reached out, her fingers brushing his face with a tenderness that startled him, and in that soft, intimate gesture she touched his lips, not with desire alone but with recognition, as if acknowledging the quiet strength it took to keep going when no one applauded. She smiled then, a small, sincere expression that carried more warmth than any grand gesture, and left him standing there, stunned, unsure if he had imagined the entire encounter. That was why Ethan woke up convinced it had all been a dream, until he felt that lingering sensation, until he remembered the look in her eyes, until his phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number thanking him for reminding her why kindness mattered. The days that followed unfolded slowly, cautiously, like a story afraid of moving too fast. Victoria did not sweep in to rescue him or shower him with money, and Ethan did not suddenly become someone else. Instead, she showed up in small, meaningful ways, arranging for Lily to receive tutoring at a community center she funded, ensuring Ethan's night shifts were moved to safer hours, offering support without stripping him of dignity. As weeks turned into months, Ethan struggled with his pride, with the fear that accepting help meant admitting weakness, but Lily's laughter grew brighter, her shoulders lighter, and he realized that strength sometimes meant letting others stand beside you. Victoria, for her part, began to change as well. Her carefully constructed world of boardrooms and galas slowly softened by evenings spent listening to Lily talk about school projects and watching Ethan fall asleep on the couch after long days. She had built an empire, but it was this small, imperfect family that taught her what fulfillment truly felt like. The challenges did not vanish, and life did not become a fairy tale overnight. Ethan still worked hard, still worried about the future, still carried grief that surfaced unexpectedly, and Victoria faced scrutiny from a world eager to judge her choices. Yet together they discovered that healing was not about erasing pain but about finding meaning within it, about choosing compassion even when it was inconvenient, about believing that people could be more than the worst things that had happened to them. Near the end of one quiet evening, as Ethan tucked Lily into bed and stood by the window watching city lights flicker like distant stars, he understood that the moment he had woken from had not been a dream at all but an awakening, a reminder that life could surprise you when you least expected it. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that hope can appear in the most unlikely places, please like the video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to support stories that celebrate humanity. And before this story ends, take a moment to comment and tell us what part moved you the most, because your words keep these stories alive. Ethan never forgot the morning he woke up believing it was all imagined, and Victoria never forgot the courage it took for him to keep loving despite loss, and together they learned that sometimes a single, gentle touch can change the course of a life, not because of wealth or power, but because it reminds us that we are seen, valued, and never truly alone.